Hi friends, my name is Crystal with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. This time we're going to go ahead and do how they quote unquote view you versus how you see yourself. So they could be romantic, non-romantic. It doesn't really make a difference. Entirely up to you. This time, I'm like, Crystal, do you really want to say it like that? This time I brought my balls out so you all can choose from. Pile number 1. Pile number 2 and pile number 3. Now, all jokes aside, these are incredibly beautiful. I will do close-up so that you can really choose the one that calls out to you. I'm just fascinated with crystals, obviously. So go ahead and choose your pile, and I will see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. My name is Crystal with Psychic MD. And I'm here to do your reading. So for those of you that have chosen pile number 1, obviously, this is for you. So for your repeat offenders, I want to thank you so very much for stopping in and checking out the shenanigans for today. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, I much appreciate all of you guys. I hope that you receive exactly what it is that you seek here, messages-wise, right? Even if it's just amusement, but hopefully more than that. So we're doing things a little bit different today. No surprise there. If you chose pile number 1, this is your reading. So first of all, for this pile, I feel like you guys are perceived as being on stage somewhat, okay? I feel like you could be on stage. There's different parts of you that appear to be contradictory. We all have those parts of us, don't we? But I feel like people think that that's completely opposite of who you really are initially. So I think that some people might view you as like somebody with like dark ideas or tendencies, or fascinated by maybe the macabre or things that are, you know, I don't know, like blood splat analysis, like getting a very analytical mind, but dark and brooding. And I think that people think of you naturally, that you keep to yourself, you don't really open up, that there's a lot brewing within you, almost like a pit of darkness. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's almost like falling into something you just don't know what is in there. So I don't think that you're somebody who is extremely chatty. I think you do hold things close to your chest. You're pretty, I don't want to say closed mouth, but you're not going to waste words with people that just are irrelevant, or spend your time convincing or conversing about, for example, say the weather. Now, that being said, once people get to know you, it's a whole different dynamic. I think that it's incredibly surprising how deep you are, how many different aspects. I feel like you have a deep connection to nature, and people would never have thought about that initially. I also feel like your crown chakra is extremely wide open, that you do get downloads. I feel like you've been somebody who's been alchemizing the positive and negative polarities, the dark, if you will. You know, and what I mean by that is any experiences that you may have had in life that put you in a dark way, or anything. I feel like you're alchemizing that, and you are really transforming that. So on the outside, you may look the same as you did once upon a time, even to people who once knew you. But I feel like on the inside, you have changed greatly, remarkable changes. I feel like some things that you have undergone from the past have scared people, or maybe the way you've expressed them could have kind of scared people. But you were just speaking truth. You were spitting out facts. I also feel like you have a lot to say. I feel like there's some lips right here. There's a lot to be discussed. And also a lot of people talking about you, by the way. I feel like you are deeply connected to water and Mother Nature in general. Specifically, you might be connected to moss agate. I think they call this like water grass agate, this one, but don't quote me on that. You would have to ask an expert on that. I feel like there's a definite line, like you draw definite lines with people. And I also feel like you could be viewed as scorpionic, because I almost feel like you could be a Scorpio or have scorpionic energy within you. I'm seeing a Scorpio here. So obviously what I'm doing is a scrying with my crystal here before your reading. I also feel like you have an ability to just be like, that's just trash, that pure trash. I think that you might be really short with your words, very to the point. People might be afraid of your sting. Let's say it like that. But I don't think you mean it in a bad way. Now, that being said, I think that you have incredible light attributes that people completely miss. I feel like you understand that life isn't perfect. You're not looking for perfection. I also feel like you're not somebody who is easily impressed with, I don't know, let's just say having the latest bag and having the coolest car and having the latest threads. I don't think that that matters at all to you. I also see somebody like here flying a kite with an arrow going up. And I feel like you have ascended, you have elevated, you have really changed radically from what people expect of you. And I'm seeing a doorway in my mind's eye right now. So it's in kind of, people are blown away. They really don't understand. And they're really trying to capture what wind or kind of like your thread of thinking and things like that. And they just seem like, well, where did this come from? Or I didn't see that coming. Okay. I feel like you've also had people in your life try to control you, by the way. So that's a side note right there. But they almost get mesmerized by the way that you move through life and your ability to be able to move, bob, and weave, okay? If you will. Somebody with a C could be really important. I'm seeing a C right here. The ocean can be important to you. I feel like also you have lifted up your wand in victory, that you've had many, many battles, but you've come through victorious. So I want to tell you, if you believe in angels in the heavens, anything that's a higher power, that you've really succeeded in fighting a battle that a lot of people cannot see. Okay. I feel like, again, there's a connection there to the other world, to perhaps even the dead. I don't know if this translates well here, but I'm almost seeing like a ghostly figure here. Let's see if we can bring that in a bit more, darlings. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah. And I feel like you also listen. Here's another figure. I don't know if you can see this, but I feel like you have a lot of entities around you, and I hope that you don't take this wrong, but I feel like you have a lot of an ability to tap into the other world, and you can see and even feel the negative entities, but you also have a deep connection to the positive ones. And I think people are afraid of those abilities within you. I also see like a bird with, I don't know if you can see this. So I think that you guys get deep messages from nature itself. I feel like there's a bird with a little worm, and I feel like you could just look, and there's a part of you that just wants to tell people, look, can you not see the sign of the times? Go outside, look at the weather. It's no different with people. If they behave in a certain manner, if they speak a certain manner, we're always going to betray ourselves. Now, if we get into really bad situations, that I feel like you would have seen miles coming had you just listened to your intuition. And yeah, so I feel like there's a cat here, but this cat is almost like Basset, and it's like blowing smoke. I feel like you can see people who try to lie to you or blow smoke up your arse, okay? Things like that. That's what I'm seeing. You're completely an enigma to a lot of people. I feel also that people understand that you've been through it, okay? I do feel like you have some animal companions, some that have crossed over. I also see connection to like a bear or bears, polar bears specifically. Okay. For one or two of you, I also see that there might be like an alien connection. You might be having an interest in aliens or things like that. I feel like you've overcome much. And just like the ocean, when it's super deep and you cannot see, but there's a storm brewing, I feel like when you look on top, I feel like you're very pleasant to look at. Is that weird to say? Because the ocean is like incredibly mysterious and beautiful, but on the surface, especially when it's like whipping around, being whipped around by the wind, it can create this like froth. And I think it's kind of mesmerizing. And I feel like in the same way, that is you in a lot of ways. The letter M could be important to you, or the letter W. I feel like, again, you have a lot of people not only talking about you, but also looking at you. Just curious, very curious about you. I feel like in some ways you could be very stubborn or perceived as stubborn. And I'm seeing kind of like railroad tracks here. I feel like a lot of you guys also have journeyed or have a journey or have recently endured a journey. And that journey comes with a big, incredible wreath here, like a celebration, a rite of passage. Victorious is what I'm getting. Okay. And I feel like this was like designed by the heavens, that you were led by spirit, by God, creation, whoever, your higher self. Okay. So that's what I'm getting as far as your crystal goes. I wasn't actually intending on doing that, but that's what happened. So how do people view you versus how you view yourself? How did people see you? Okay. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1, please. Show me what I need to see. How do people view them for my pile number 1? And show me now. Hanged Man energy. I feel like you have a different perspective on things, that you're not quick to judge, that you really want to kind of stay the course. You want to think about things, and you're going to look from a different perspective. Also, that you're not going to move on things unless you're totally sure about things, right? So, interesting. Also, I feel like because this person is wearing blue, I feel like this is almost saying, I'm not going to speak unless I know exactly for 100%. So you could wait and not speak about things until you're totally sure, until you maybe meditate, get your messages. I feel like people think that you have a connection to birds, to ravens, to crows, maybe even like Edgar Allan Poe, things like that. Again, referencing a little bit of the quote dark side. Some of you guys could be interested in like mortuary science, taxidermy, things like that. I heard unconventional, okay? But I also feel like people think you have the ability to flip them upside down and turn their world upside down. And yes, I'm getting ocean vibes again. I feel like ocean rocks the motion, okay? Emotion rocks the ocean, whatever. And with that, I feel like people think that you're good in bed. Is this like an 18 plus? I don't know. But I don't know why that's coming across. I wasn't asking, but I do feel like you have a lot of people, like I heard stalking specifically. So alrighty then. People think that you're not going to make a move on things or speak on things until you know it is solid. And also, people think that whatever you speak of or speak on is solid, that it's trustworthy, that it's there, they can trust whatever you speak. You're not one to utilize your words in a casual way. If you say, I'm going to do this, boom, you're doing it. If you say, I don't know, like, I want to put some attention into this or energy into this, then boom, you do it, okay? So I think that you're really kind of trustworthy vibes. That's actually really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not entirely sure what I was expecting, but that's really neat to know. Let's go ahead and take a look at, because I don't want to make these super long. Let's see what you think of yourself as. How do you view yourself? Show me what I need to see. For my pile number 1, please. How does my pile number 1 view themselves as opposed to other people viewing them? Show me now. Page of Swords. Interesting. So we're gonna kind of, what the heck, we'll just do that. So you view yourself as a Page of Swords. And show me what I need to see. How does pile number 1 view themselves? Show me now. And the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So I feel like you are definitely somebody who is, you view yourself as like smart, but not, ooh, I'm super intelligent. Like you don't pride yourself on being, you know, this is my IQ and look at me and things like that. I think that you know that you have the ability to be able to kind of learn. I feel like you're pretty intellectual, but you think of yourself as like a fledgling or a baby intellectual, if that makes any sense. So it's like, no, I'm not, you know, dumb, but I also know that there's so much to learn. So I love that, actually. I think that there's humility in that. Okay. And I'm feeling like pressure in my heart area. I feel like this could be something that you've carried for a while, that maybe you just don't think you're smart as other people. All right. So that could be a wound for some of you. So that's one thing. The Three of Pentacles. Let's see if we can get this on camera better. So we have the Three of Pentacles right here. And the Three of Pentacles tells me that you feel like you are somebody who collaborates well with other people, cooperates well with people, that you're trustworthy, very grounded. Let's see, that you have a really cool stash. Just kidding. I love the mustache on that guy, though. Cracks me up. Cracks me up every time. I think that you believe that you're solid, that you're like, well, I can cooperate with other people. But I think that maybe there's a little bit of an imposter syndrome going on here on how you view yourself. I don't think that you see the complete picture in a real way, the way other people for sure see you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull another card. This time we're going to be using Practical Magic, just because we can. Show me what I need to see for pile number 1. What is it that they need to see, hear, understand, or anything that's going to serve to enlighten or assist them? Pile number 1, and show me now. Rosemary. I love these cards so freaking much. It's just, I think they're gorgeous. So let's zoom in here, like so. Okay. And then, as per usual, we're going to read from the good little book, because it's definitely more informative than I would be. Rosemary, purify. When rosemary comes into your reading, it is time to cleanse and purify. Don't hold on to things or people that are not beneficial to you and your path. Let go and get rid of unnecessary energies. Be wise and take note of what you are purifying and why. This insight can help you to continue to grow. Rosemary is used in magical practices to aid in remembrance, cleansing, and purification. This herb also aids in meditation and is known to help ward evil spirits when placed under your pillow or above your bed. What I say, I felt spirits around you guys, didn't I? Utilize this wonderful herb in whichever way calls to you. Utilize the card and repeat the affirmation to enhance the magic. Super cool. So there is a need to purify something in your world, in yourself, and you would already know what this is. For some of you guys, is purifying the thought that maybe you're just a little wee bit page right here with the capacity to kind of understand and dissect that you haven't grown in proportions. I feel like that is just minification of who you really are. It's a distortion, almost like a distorted lens. So I feel like that needs to be purified. And yes, you can cooperate with others, which is a great thing, but that's not the only thing that you are capable of doing. Okay, so I hope that you enjoy this message, and if this is where we part ways, thank you. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of reading, and I will see you in the next one. Namaste. Hi, Pile 2. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and if you chose pile number 2, then this message is for you. We're going to get a little bit of sagey sage going right here before we begin your reading. I just wanted to thank you so much for your repeat offenders stopping back in just to see what's going on with this channel. Stopping by. That's awesome. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, a very warm welcome to you as well. Pile number 2, you may have a message actually in pile number 3 because I was really tempted to call it pile 3. So who knows? Only if you feel led to, right? So let's see your crystal. So people think that you are actually a very loving person. I think that you are a great listener as well. People would want to come to you for their problems. I think that sometimes you could be a little bit snarky and that kind of surprises people. They're like, well, where did this come from? I think that you're a great observer as well, and that you might like to paint landscapes or look at landscapes and things like that. You might like to travel, might have a little bit of a travel bug in you. You might also have like a vehicle that you can actually, kind of like a bus type vehicle, or think about the van life. That might be of an interest to you. Not everybody, of course. People also feel like, I want to get this here. I wish you guys could see what I see. I'm not sure. Let's see. Hard to tell. Okay. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can see this or if it translates well, but what I'm looking at is a person right here with an arm outstretched, and there's like something illuminated at the end of the fingertips and something almost like on a tray. And it seems to me like you also can alchemize a lot of things. I feel like you have a great mystery around you. Like people don't really know how to read you, but they know that you have a deep connection to things that and earth and like natural things. Like you're fascinated by flowers and collecting seashells perhaps, and maybe you're even a reader. You can read seashells, and now this almost looks like a gun. So you could be somebody who likes to well, maybe people feel like you can use it as ammunition in a way, but you can also have a hobby. Like you could be somebody who practices I don't know, maybe you go to the gun range, your marksmanship and things like that, okay? I feel like people see and think of you that you're somebody who, you may seem all like peaceful and sweet, but I think, oh yes, okay, you're willing to touch subjects and things that would spark controversy that other people just shy from. It's not like poking the bear. It's not quite the same. I feel like you are somebody, because I feel like now this is almost like a skeleton's face turning that way. And then this is almost like it's Frankenbride in skeleton style is what I'm seeing. Okay. So I feel like hidden in her hair, that's where this figure is, that you have the ability to touch people's brains, touch people's minds in a way that kind of blows their mind, that sparks them, that breaks down everything too fundamental. And then they doubt themselves. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think that you have the ability to burn superficiality. That was really hard for me to say. I don't know why. Out of people's minds. And then when they think, they're like, whoa, it's almost like they've awoken from a long sleep. Okay. I do feel like what you speak, it's almost like I see a big figure here blowing air. And with this air, it's like I'm feeling Japanese rose gardens, like Japanese rose blossoms, no blossoms, Japanese blossoms for some reason. And so I think, again, you could also be very artistic. You could really look at things in motion and be mesmerized. Literally when the wind moves it, you could stop and see things that nobody else sees and just be totally enthralled. And in turn, other people are enthralled by you because they don't see things the same way. They see like, oh, that's a freaking wrapper that the wind picked up. It's kind of windy and it's blowing everywhere. It's making a mess. But you see it as, do you see that wrapper whip around and then calm and gently flow down to earth again? And then have the wind change her mind and whip it all over the place again. And it's just mesmerizing. I feel like people get mesmerized by things that captivate and capture your attention. I also feel like you could be somebody who looks at the sky a lot, looks to the heavens, looks at clouds. You enjoy looking at clouds. You can see like images there and it kind of like amuses you. This to me almost looks like an old school compass. And I feel like this compass is like it got stepped on or something. So I feel like people can think that maybe you're not on the right path. But I think that people don't understand what the right path is for you. I mean, who are we to say? Now, I'm being led to, a lot of energy on my mind, on my head. Fine writing, like fine writing. If you're writing out text, if you're writing out emails, watch your fine writing. If you're signing any contracts or if you're headed to certain places, can be very, very important for you to take a look at the fine details. If you're signing leases, contracts of any sort, just be careful. Bust out with your magnifying glass and inspect that, okay? I also feel like you are a very deep soul. You could have had many different adventures and different travels. I hear a connection to Vikings as well. You might be drawn to Vikings. Also, blackbirds might be a thing for you. Crosses. I feel like you like to break the rules, okay? Because of this cross that's kind of like fallen. Maybe you've had a thing where you've fallen out of the religion you grew up with, or people see it that way, okay? And I don't think it's like fallen, it's a decision, right? So whatever there's no judgment here on my part, by the way. That's, not for me to judge or even really speak about. Questioning everything. I see a bird here with a crown. I feel like you have a higher perspective of things, and yet you still like spread love. You don't lord it over people. I see like desert vibes here, almost like when the wind blows sand. I had gone hiking with a friend and it was the dunes. That's what it was. And it was incredibly beautiful. And I just loved how the wind would just carve out designs in the sand. And I feel like in the same way, like your beauty, whether you're male or female, what's really alluring and attractive about you is how time itself has carved you, how experience has carved you, and how you just seem, okay, I'm not saying it's been easy at all, but how you appear to have such grace in and allowing movement in such a way that it crowns you. And it makes you incredibly beautiful and different than a lot of other people. I see definitely like a lot of like crowning. I see a building here being broken. So you could have undergone like a tower moment recently or created a tower moment in somebody else's life. And again, perhaps like where they were headed, their navigational system. I see a lot of flowers, so you may like to garden. I almost see like a baby looking out. I feel like when you look at things, you look with wonder, like you're captivated. And people think that you're so easily like captivated, and they wouldn't tell anyone else. But they're captivated by like, it's almost like your innocence. As I feel like this little baby looking out into the garden. But if you look here is like a witch wielding like a mallet or something. I don't know if you can see that. So you could have somebody with ill intent looking towards you, wanting to smash that very likeness of you. It pisses them off that you see everything with new eyes, with innocence, with wonder. It's like, I feel like this is like a female shrouded in a dress here and kind of screaming. And I don't feel like they do this to your face, I feel like this is somebody like a hidden enemy. Okay, it's going to be for one or two of you. Now, if you know and feel like a person has bad vibes against you, then it's just a confirmation. So this is not to alarm anyone. If that is not something that you feel in your energy, in your mind, in your spirit, then leave that, don't take that message. There's been a lot of things that you've had to bury and leave behind. I almost feel like this is a tripod sideways and a skull. And it's almost like shedding skin. I feel like you have risen like a phoenix, and other people have seen that you've risen like a phoenix. And yet people, I feel like, okay, this is a misconception. People feel like you've risen from the phoenix, and then things were a little like cloudy, like where's she going? Where's he going? We don't know. And that you put yourself in a situation that's similar, okay? And I feel like people think, now this looks to me like a dragon instead of a tower or tower moment. So it seems to me like you have either relocated or placed yourself somewhere different where people are thinking, I mean, there's nothing there for this person. Why would you ever go there? And there's this great big dragon, dragon fire. Okay, fire. So maybe fires could be a thing. There appears to be like a lot of smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire, I'm hearing. I feel like you have quite a few haters, by the way. And so, and I don't feel like you're a bad person. I think that it's jealousy. Yeah, jealousy may haunt you. I feel like other people know that people are jealous of you. I feel like your third eye is actually wide open, and that people can see that you can see them, and it makes them incredibly uncomfortable, to say the least. Now, with here, I'm getting Excalibur vibes, almost like the sword being plummeted back into the stone or being pulled out into the stone, something to that effect. But I'm seeing a lot of, maybe you're from Japan, you have a fascination with Japan. I feel like people think that you might be into cosplay or anime. The letter A could be important to you. You might have a strong affinity with tribes. You might belong to a tribe or have a fascination with tribes like that. Let's see. I feel like people are shocked when they get to know you that you have the purity of heart that you do, considering where you came from or the rough road. And I feel like because of like maybe where you came from and stuff, people overlooked you and kind of didn't think a lot about what you had to offer. Okay, you were overlooked quite a bit. Let's see. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. How do other people view them, please? Pile number 2, show me what I need to see. And show me now. Other people view you as being the star. Okay, awesome. Other people view you, sorry about the camera shake, as very healing. You might be into the healing arts. You might be a Reiki healer. You might be somebody that even back in the day, somebody would say, oh, can you please just, put your hand on my forehead, or can you hold my hand or my tummy, or whatever the case may be. But I also feel like you are definitely connected to the cosmos. People can just really feel like you're deeply unusual. People can also think that you are unaware of snakes that are in your vicinity. Like, oh, you're about to get bit, but because this person seems to have their head in the clouds. Maybe you were told you had your head in the clouds a lot. But I don't think that's really the case. Let's see. Show me what I need to see. How do people view pile number 2? Show me now. Okay, the 5 of Swords. People, okay, trigger warning. Trigger warning. And keep in mind, this is the perspective of other people. Oh gosh, I need to kind of get this in the frame. Sorry. Here we go. People can view you as being somebody who will do anything to win, okay? So maybe perhaps people feel like when things burn to the ground, you cut and run. People can think that maybe perhaps something about you is deceitful, that you're not forthcoming, that you want everything for yourself. People can see or feel, people feel like you will grab the swords. This is like words, the sword of truth, any clarity, and you will run with it, even to the point of doing things that might cut you, burn you. Actually, I think I saw the word cut earlier. So maybe you guys have a history of cutting. I don't condone it, or this is not, it's just I'm telling you what I see. So other people can feel this about you or know this about you, whatever the case may be, or think this about you, okay? So those are just people's opinions. We can't control that. Okay, since I flipped that and I already saw it, interesting, look at the similarity, but the difference. You view yourself as offering like refreshment or respite, or like offering a balm to people's souls. Like when there's been a fire, you're like, let me help you. And it's not a big offering. I feel like you're very cautious. You're cautious of people, but you're willing to, you think of yourself as somebody willing to, I'm gonna put that there, I guess. No, I'm gonna put that on here. This is how you see yourself. You're willing to offer like a cup of like emotion or healing balm or soothing words, and something that you offer, something in what you offer always has a benefit of growth, of heart chakra energy. Okay, so whatever it is, you actually give back something that can help people, in your eyes, something that can help people to grow or help them heal. Okay, all right, so I happen to flip this over. We have the Death card. Now I want to show you, look at how this looks the same. If we didn't know what this was, right here. So we have deflated. We have yeah, you're welcome. The Death card right here. I feel like this is the world. You have the ability to transform people's worlds in a way that is quite shocking. You have the ability also to deflate egos. And that's, I think that's something that you know and you kind of handle carefully, or at least from your perspective with these two combined. You can deflate people's egos and you need to be careful with it. But sometimes I do feel like you do that accidentally too, which might be the reason why people think, well, you know, you could be cunning or selfish. But I don't think that's deliberate. At least not from your perspective. Show me what I need to see for pile number 2. Why is the Death card here? And show me now. Yeah, I feel like you have the ability to change people's opinions about themselves and really deflate what it is that they have built upon that you view as being a false foundation. Okay, so take that how you will, but transformational effect. You believe you have an ability to deeply transform other people. Yeah. And then Judgment. So this almost goes hand in hand. It's almost like that serpent right here that I wasn't so worried about before, almost like bit them and kind of laid them down. Almost looks like a casket. But it's almost like, okay, you believe that you have the ability to kind of see who people are, like snakes in the grass, but not get them out of your life. And yet when you believe that and you go with that, then you ultimately get bit by these snakes and yeah, suffer the repercussions of it, and it could level you. Or people show you their true colors and it just kind of levels you. You're like, you were a tiny little inchworm here, and yet all of a sudden you're a big old snake and you did bite me, and that's the end of that, right? So regardless, I think that transformation is something that you're really kind of concerned with. And then we are going to read in a moment. We're going to use this. I love this deck. You can find that on Etsy. Practical Magic. Okay, 2nd edition by Inner Witch Oracle on Etsy. Okay. So Show me for pile number 2. Pile number 2, what do we have for you? And show me now. Wisteria. And tell me why I heard hysteria, like Def Leppard. Yeah, don't judge me. So meditation. This is the card for you. We're going to zoom in. Zoom in-ish. Come on. I've already broken like one one tripod trying to get this because I tend to kind of manhandle it. So let me find this. Okay. Wisteria. Release yourself from the world. Take comfort within yourself. Silence the voices of others and listen to the music of the world. The word is meditation. Peace of mind, okay? Take some time to disconnect and tap into the divine energy within. Meditate, go within, and find your answers here. Maintain a powerful connection and remember to keep yourself grounded. Have a deep conversation with your deeper self, and the universal energies available to you in this state. We're going to read that again. Have a deep conversation with yourself, with your deeper self, and the universal energies available to you in this state. Step back and gain peace of mind before moving forward onto your next endeavor. Utilize the power of a purple candle in this card and its affirmation while meditating to enhance your connection. I find peace and guidance within the silence of my deeper self. So that is what I have for you. If you like this type of reading, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and till next time, namaste. Hi, pile number 3. This message is for me. So I want to thank you so much for stopping in. For those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for stopping by once again just to check in with this channel. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, sorry about the squeaking. It's my chair. I just can't do anything about it. Anyways, yeah. It's a me problem. Okay. So we're getting some sagey sage going on here. Pile number 3. I feel like this sage is going to burn. And it sure is. Okay. Pile number 3. Let's see what your crystal has to say. I feel like you could be viewed as somebody who, for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel like you're viewed as somebody who likes luxury, who your bedroom would all be in white, like white, posh, cushiony, welcoming, but very clean, a little on the sterile side of it. And I'm not entirely sure why I'm getting that, but I feel like also you could have a deep connection. You could take hiatus moments. You guys, my stomach is like, rawr. So maybe you're hungry, maybe you like to eat, I don't know. But I also feel like people believe that you might take some time out, like take a hiatus or go somewhere where you don't tell other people, right? Somewhere hidden, because I feel like this is almost like a spiritual, like go meditate with the monks, or you go somewhere where there's like huge crystal formations and you stay at some kind of a spa thing. I see a door here. You could be out in the sticks. This appears to be some kind of a stick, but also a flute thing. I feel like you could spend time with mystics and shamans or something like that, or have a desire or an interest, okay? Or you are viewed that way. I also see this big sheep here. Interesting. It's either people think that you view other people as sheep, or I don't feel like you're a sheep at all. You might think that other people are sheep, or people think that. Okay, now I feel like there's some abstract. You might have like 1 or 2 pieces of abstract paintings, or some kind of collectible something, or an interest. Okay, if you don't have it physically in your home, I think that you're a little bit fascinated with things that are abstract. Okay, things that maybe are out of the normal, out of the norm. So I think that you do tend to gravitate towards symmetry, things that are very symmetric, linear, engineer type mind, but you're also fascinated. Ooh, what is that? You're also fascinated with the abstract, colliding with everything that's clean and neat and linear. You could have a family or people around you that are like, appear to be begging. There seems to be like people wanting something from you, stuff from you. And then all of a sudden this conversion, it looks to me like you're on a horse. So people can think, well, you're always on a high horse, but you're really shrouded. I can't even see, I can barely see a face of a profile right there, profile of face. I feel like you keep things to yourself. Oh, okay. And then this is like an elbow bent, and I see, that's interesting because it's almost like a dagger. It's not quite a sword. And this figure appears to be either sniffing the dagger or smelling it. And to me, that's communication. And then I see a sword right behind its neck. It's like you're always maybe watchful of what people want from you. You're also sniffing and smelling words, what people say to you, because you have to really double check that they're being upfront, honest with you. So there's a measure of, you do things out of self-protection. People want to vomit their problems on your lap, on your feet, but it's not your problem. I also feel like you're undercover, like to go down rabbit holes of sorts, okay? Things that people would not, like they don't know what it is that intrigues you. And again, I have this opening here. You could be into quantum physics, quantum jumping. Okay, the word CERN is coming to mind. You could have a fascination or an interest with CERN. I don't think a lot of people know, but they would just feel that. There's a lot going on. There's many layers to you. I feel like people think that you do have masks. Okay, people around you are just not true. A lot of people in your past have been, the word I heard is bullshittery. Now, if you've been on my channel a lot, I love to make up words, and it makes perfect sense to me. I feel like somebody who pretended to almost be angelic or an angel or like really sweet wore a mask, and that is in your past. I see almost like a puppy dog and almost like a chameleon here. So you could have had those in your past as pets, or currently do. Like a little white dog. Ooh, this is beautiful. So maybe you could be married. People assume you're married. You could be married, or they could think that you have an incredibly, like a trophy wife, a beautiful wife. If you were recently married, well, even not recently, but this, it's almost like a ghost of a dress. That's interesting. So for some, not all of you, this could mean that somebody that you were wed to maybe passed on, maybe you suffered a loss, or they're no longer in your life, divorce, or whatever the case may be. Gosh, I feel like that presence lingers. It's just lingering. Incredibly beautiful. I think that this person was beautiful. They could have had like reddish brown hair, intense eyes, and I see like a butterfly for a hair clip or something like that. That's interesting. They could have been drawn to butterflies. Again, these messages are general. It's not a personal reading whatsoever. I think that, oh, this is so cool. This is so heavy, by the way. Let's see if we can do this different. Can we make life easy for me? Probably. Probably so. Now, I'm not sure exactly. Let's see if we can zoom in really well here. You may have a fascination with like old cultures, like the Mayans. I heard elevate. Elevate. I don't know why this doesn't come in. This is literally a hole in the stone. And it is so cool. And I wish you could see it the way it really is. I need a cameraman. Camera woman, whatever. Okay. Anyways, I think you have a deep connection to, is it hieroglyphics? Maybe even, is it caving? Like you like to go in caves and look at nature there and do things that are a little bit like extreme, but you do it on down low. You don't let people know necessarily what you're doing. Ooh. I feel like that's where you feel a deep connection, zen. I feel like humming on my skin, like vibrating, like molecules, kind of the idea of molecules crashing into each other, but almost like feeling like different portals and dimensions. You could be somebody who goes caving, and if that's not the term, I apologize. What do I know? That's what I'm getting, but I feel like it brings you peace. And I think you love looking at carvings, ancient carvings of things that are in these caves or whatnot, or you can watch them on TV, like the Travel Channel, things like that. You could like the color green or feel way more at peace using the color green. I feel like you've had many pets, maybe even Dalmatians. I feel like here's another puppy dog, many different pets that have passed on that are still with you. I kind of see like a big chunky little bear or puppy there. Something about combat. You could have been in combat or served in the military. Anything like that could be important to you. Okay. I feel like with this building on top of a head now, it's almost like it could be weighing on you some way, somehow. And then on top of that, I see this animal, almost like a panther or a feline animal. I don't know what that is. I feel like there's like a great mystery on top of your mind. Like people wonder what's on your mind. Wow. And this looks like a hand. It's almost like a very small hand touching a face. And so I wonder if this is like a hand touching the face of a parent. But it's almost bigger than that. I feel like you're somebody who feels energy as well, even if you don't actually quite recognize it in that way. Yeah, and you have like a grandparent, or like a female person around you who's with spirit, like a female. And I feel like with the little masked eyes here again, I'm not getting like bad vibes at all. Not sure why. I think that you sense the presence and you're not entirely sure if it's like a wife or a grandmother. Maybe you're just not sure entirely of their identity, okay? But I see a lot of travel. I see foreign lands. I see going to like the seven wonders of the world, or and I feel affluence. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Where is that place where they have like the statue? I want to say Monte Cristo, but I don't think that's it. Anyways, it's a very famous place where they have like the cross and a figure overlooking this beautiful, I don't know, overlooking the land. I hope you guys drop it in the comments. Y'all probably know what I'm trying to say. Okay. And I feel like with the travel, you might even be a pilot or have an interest in taking courses in pilotry. I do make up words. I apologize. But you might really, even Asia might be a big draw to you. Okay. Just traveling and looking at the world literally from high up. And I feel military vibes. I feel like this is just looking at things almost like on a table. And I'm not saying, hello. Wow, this reading is going long. Not, like flat earth thing, but almost like drawing up military strategies on paper and things like that. Okay. And this is for one or two of you, but I feel like the house on top of the mind in the story a few minutes ago, I feel like there's a realization that war and the military is no longer the way it used to be. It's not seen. It's not according to how we see it on television. Okay, so I feel like you're questioning things, establishments. Does war look the same? Because I feel like you're getting intuitively like these are, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Maybe you went on a retreat or something like that. Battle of the mind. Yeah, it's a battle. It's a war in the mind. Conquer the mind and you conquer it all. If you make people believe they can't walk, they just can't walk. Okay, something like that. Sorry. But, and then I'm seeing like this beautiful lush forest, or maybe it's like a painting or something like that. But you could just really want to get lost in the forest and find yourself again. Beautiful structures of like rock, of crystals. And I feel like you want to breathe deeply. Also, I feel like there's something that you need to face in the past that you don't want to face. This face appears to be made of metal. So I don't know. That's for maybe one or two of you. Okay. So that is the extent of this portion of your reading. Wow, that was long. Okay. Did not know. So how do other people see you? Pile number 3. How do other people see you? How do other people see pile number 3? Show me now. I see a bed. Okay, I'm not like a total perp, just semi. But I keep seeing this bed and it's like really comfortable and posh. I don't know how to say it. The 8 of Cups. Okay. So other people see you as you've had to walk away from things that were really tough for you, difficult, that you put a lot of effort, time, energy, blood, sweat, tears. Okay. Unexpected. How do other people see you, please? Pile number 3. How do people see they show me now? With a Page of Cups. Searching for your 9th cup. Other people see you that perhaps you've turned your back on things that you have exerted a lot of, energy into. Emotion. Look, emotion. Other people see you as like you're just kind of a little bit dreaming. I want that Ace of Cups, that 9th cup. What is it that's going to make me ultimately happy? I think that you're looking upon the stars. I think that you've conquered a lot. Maybe you've been what do they call it? Globetrotter. And it just hasn't brought you the happiness. I feel like even if you're doing well financially, that you're kind of like, yeah, but I'm not happy. Like my soul, my heart isn't happy or content, whatever the case may be. You're searching for that 9th cup. And that's what people think. Okay. Now, I feel like there's an element of you being split into 2 worlds, and maybe that's just where you're headed. I split my deck and set them down, and I don't ever remember doing that. So we're going to do this. The Devil, an obsession with perhaps the good old times, times when you felt emotionally fulfilled. The 3 of Cups. This could have been a reunion, an obsession. And here's a well. I mean, this man is thirsty. Okay. So thirsty for that Ace of Cups, something that's emotionally gratifying. It's like, I feel like you have everything except what gives you inner happiness. And here again, I have like this devil on the horizon that looks like a Batman with fangs or something. But people can see you as like you've done everything in whatever situation. I feel like it's a work situation, okay? And it has not brought you the happiness that maybe perhaps you thought. I feel like you're searching for something deeper and people don't understand you. That's what I really feel like is going on, but we're going to find out, okay? How does pile number 3 view themselves? Show me how pile number 3 views themselves. Well, hello. Queen of Swords, you're incredibly intelligent, okay? You'll cut through the quick. You could have been somebody who was separated, divorced, widowed for quite some time, or this could be saying that you are not partnered or just extremely intellectual and you get to the root of anything. Like nothing is going to deceive you. There's an element of being alone, of having everything. I mean, she is decked out like head to toe, beautifully so, by the way, and crowned. Like people can think, wow, this person's doing really well for themselves. They have everything. And, you know, you've had to really fight your own battles, you know, and people might think, oh, poor so-and-so, they have to fight, but they have everything money can buy. Well, money cannot buy happiness. Money cannot buy a heart fulfilled. Money cannot buy loyalty. It can, as long as the paycheck keeps going, then that's your loyalty. I feel like you view yourself as someone who can get to the bottom of things. Oh my gosh. The High Priestess jumped out, reverse. You view yourself as not being able to trust your own intuition. As maybe also not being able to keep secrets. I feel like maybe you view yourself as potentially feeling exposed right now during the reading. I don't know, okay? How does pile number 3 view themselves? And show me now. The Nine of Wands, yeah, Nine of Wands, defensive, protective, self-protective. One last battle to go. This is a wounded warrior. This is, I'm exhausted, but come at me, bro. We're going to do this. Now, standing left, I have the Two of Wands right here. So you can view yourself as like I have the choice to make. I'm exhausted. I'm battle weary. How do you view yourself, please? I feel like you're at a crossroads. Show me now. And a crossroads is something monumental. You could feel like you're having like a mental breakdown of sorts, or a shift in reality, a shift in dimension, shift in perspective, a major monumental shift. 7 of Swords. It's almost like you have to go at it alone, or you feel like you have to go at it alone. You view yourself as not being able to trust who's around you, even though you're super smart and astute. You can't really trust people around you because you've trusted wrong people in the past. They've taken you for a ride, and they've left you, you know, maybe I want half, maybe a divorce left you financially wrecked, or I don't know what. But you've had some false friends around you, false people around you. Yeah, you're searching for the Two of Cups. I love this. Look. So do not give up. I just want to say you do have, I mean, so you're somebody who is searching for somebody who is a carbon copy of you. Not physically, not monetarily. Is that how you say it? But you're searching for depth that can't be found in bullshittery, okay? And people that have false agendas with you. And I just want to say that you do know. You can trust your intuition because we all have it. And I want to encourage you, yes, you can find luck. You can find that Two of Cups, that happiness with yourself, with other people. It doesn't always have to be romantic, but it's with somebody who like totally gets you, with people that totally get you, your tribe, whatever the case may be. I feel like because this is portrayed in a shadow, this could be like wishing to have a connection, deep connection that you had with someone who has crossed over or gone or something like that, right? And this is like tipping over into the other. It's almost like, I feel like you have the ability to analyze and deduce people that are going to give you genuinely from their heart, not have an agenda. And I don't care if you own everything in the world. Well, if you do, I have a problem with you. That's a whole different issue. I don't care what you own or what you have as far as money goes. If you listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, I feel like you've chosen correct once. And maybe you've been left brokenhearted and sorely disappointed by other people. I totally get that. But I feel like you can't trust your judgment. The thing is, for damn fact that you have ignored the red flags, okay? Because we all hope for the best. And how many times have I done that? I can't even tell you. So I feel you. This is you. All right, pile number 3. I'm just going to say that if you want commitment, if you want downloads, higher learning, you can absolutely obtain it. I feel like, yes, look, you get the strength card. You get the ability to conquer all of your demons, including the demon of not being able to trust your own gut intuition, because we do get lonely, because we do deal sometimes with sheep in our lives or people that have agendas, or even this little boy appears to be pointing. And it's like, I'm on to you. I feel like just going with your intuition, who is, showing you red flags and things like that. And I do feel like if you're wanting a commitment, or if you want higher learning, or if you want to reach for that star, that you can obtain exactly what it is that you want. That's going to give you the emotional fulfillment that you really want. This is the energy of I see you and you see me. And we're one, and we can finish each other's sentences. We have inside jokes that can be told at a mere glance. My soul recognizes you. I want to say it's twin flame energy. And I feel there's a despondency in like finding something like this. If you've never had it, I feel like for a few of you, you've lost that person. But it's not over till it's over. While you breathe, it's not over. And just keep in mind, it's like if you think you can, you definitely can. If you think you cannot, then you're right as well. So I'm wishing you much luck, much love, and clarity. I think that you're doing just fine. Okay, just trust your gut. If you're somebody, I think that, with great power comes a lot of responsibility as well. People that have a lot of money or resources or whatever, I understand. And so just listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, but don't try to overanalyze things to where you isolate yourself from other people, and you have to make super stealth moves when you would like, I don't know, somebody else's input or whatever the case may be. In your gut who you can trust. And if your gut says no, then follow that, because it's given to you for a reason. It's called intuition. Many people get killed because they ignore their intuition, especially women. We're given that instinct, that gut reaction, okay? I keep hearing and feeling military. So if you're in the military, go back to that intuition that you honed back then, because it's still with you. It hasn't gone anywhere. And we live in a world of illusions, I mean, things are so temporary. They can shift at any moment in time. So, So there. Much luck to you. Much love to you. And with that, I will leave you. Namaste.